Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with Atlas and Perseus, the gaze that turned a titan to stone. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Let the centuries fade away as we drift through the quiet echoes of the past. Your mind is calm, the ruins are peaceful, and we are ready to explore. Greek mythology presents a rich panorama of narrative threads, weaving together the lives of titans and heroes, each embodying distinct attributes and roles within this ancient framework. Titans, the primordial beings of immense power, are often regarded as the progenitors of the gods who reside atop Mount Olympus. Their existence predates the reign of those deities, establishing a cosmic order that there would. These colossal figures, such as Cronus and Rhea, symbolize the raw forces of nature and the unfathomable depths of time. Their stories frequently intersect with the heroic narratives that follow, illustrating the intricate relationships between gods, men, and the very fabric of existence. Heroes, on the other hand, emerge from mortal realms, distinguished by their quests, trials, and eventual transformations. Figures like Heracles and Theseus personify courage, strength, and the pursuit of glory, often facing insurmountable odds. The interplay between titans and heroes reflects the duality of power and vulnerability inherent in human experience. As these narratives unfold, they reveal deeper truths about destiny, sacrifice, and the quest for knowledge. This rich mythology serves as both a metaphor for the struggle against chaos and an exploration of the human condition, illustrating the tensions that exist between the divine and the mortal. Each tale contributes to the enduring legacy of these ancient civilizations. The narrative of Atlas begins in the depths of Greek cosmology, where he is depicted as a titan bearing the weight of the heavens upon his shoulders. This role symbolizes not only physical strength, but also the burden of responsibility and knowledge. His lineage traces back to the primordial deities, suggesting a connection to the very foundations of existence. As one of the children of the titan Iapetus, he embodies the themes of endurance and fate that permeate these ancient stories. Methinks expanse of the cosmos, Atlas's significance extends beyond mere myth. He serves as a bridge between mortal understanding and the divine. His portrayal in ancient texts often illustrates the struggle between humanity and the forces beyond their control. This region, rich with tales of celestial bodies and terrestrial landscapes, reflects the Greek efforts to comprehend their world through mythological figures. The artistry of ancient pottery frequently depicted Atlas, representing him not just as a burdened titan, but as a symbol of celestial navigation. His image graced maps and globes, guiding explorers and scholars alike. These representations encapsulated both reverence and a deep-seated recognition of the mysteries of the universe, inviting contemplation of humanity's place within it. Such narratives continue to resonate, echoing the quest for understanding that transcends time and civilization. The lineage of Perseus unfolds amidst a backdrop of divine intrigue and mortal consequence. Born of Dana, the daughter of Acrisius, his arrival was marked by prophetic forewarnings. Acrisius, consumed by fear, sought to thwart fate, believing that his grandson would in a chamber sealed by bronze. Dana received a visitor cloaked in golden light, Zeus himself, who transcended the barriers of the earthly realm. This union yielded Perseus, a child destined for greatness yet shadowed by the fear of his grandfather. Cast away into the sea, mother and son embarked on a journey that would intertwine their fates with the divine and the monstrous. This region, steeped in myth, witnessed the rise of a hero forged in adversity. The intricate web of relationships among gods and mortals shaped the narrative, propelling Perseus toward challenges that would test his courage and intellect. The weight of expectation hung heavy, yet it also served as the catalyst for remarkable feats. The stories of bravery and triumph became etched in the annals of history, revealing the intricate dance between fate and the choices made by those destined to reshape it. This region, particularly Argos, holds significant weight in the narrative of ancient civilizations. Regarded as the birthplace of Perseus, it served as a vital hub for mythological and historical developments. The city, steeped in the legends of its heroes' exploits, became a focal point for worship and remembrance, with temples and altars dedicated to the gods who guided him. Argos was characterized by its strategic location, nestled between the mountains and the sea. This geographical advantage allowed it to flourish as a center of trade and cultural exchange. The remnants of its architecture reveal a once thriving urban environment where artisans and merchants contributed to a vibrant society. These ruins whisper tales of daily life, craft, and the pursuit of knowledge that defined the region. The influence of Perseus extended beyond local borders, embedding itself into the broader tapestry of Greek mythology. His story inspired generations, fostering a sense of identity and pride among the citizens. The narrative of slaying the Gorgon and rescuing Andromeda became woven into the very fabric of Argos, shaping its cultural landscape. In the shadows of the ancient ruins, the legacy endures, reminding observers of the profound impact one figure can have on the collective consciousness of a civilization. The echoes of Perseus's bravery continue to resonate within these hallowed grounds. The legacy of Acrisius remains entwined with the threads of fear and prophecy. His dread of being overthrown by his own grandson led him to take drastic measures, a decision rooted in desperation rather than wisdom. Seeking to thwart the prophecy, he confined his daughter, Danae, within a bronze chamber, believing that isolation would protect him from the fate foretold. This fear became the catalyst for a series of events that would unravel the very fabric of his reign. By imprisoning Danae, Acrisius inadvertently sealed his own doom. The chamber, though secure, could not shield her from the divine Zeus, drawn by her beauty, descended upon her, transforming the confines into a sanctuary of unexpected consequence. The birth of Perseus marked the beginning of Acrisius' tragic unraveling, a testament to the futility of attempting to escape destiny. These ruins stand as a silent witness to the king's folly. Crumbling walls whisper tales of a ruler whose paranoia led to irrevocable choices. As time wore on, Acrisius's fears manifested not only in his actions but in the eventual downfall of his lineage. The prophecy, immutable in its nature, unfolded with quiet inevitability, turning a king's dread into the very instrument of his legacy's end. The remnants echo the quiet tragedy of a tale that transcends time. Divine intervention weaves through the story of Dania, a figure ensnared by fate and celestial will. The father, King Acrisius, sought to thwart a prophecy foretelling his demise at the hands of his grandson. In a desperate attempt to control destiny, he imprisoned her within a bronze chamber, believing isolation would shield her from the outside world. This seclusion, however, could not suppress the divine forces at play. Zeus, drawn to Danae's beauty, transformed himself into a cascade of golden light, penetrating the confines of her prison. This golden shower symbolized both vulnerability and power, As it initiated the mortal's acceptance of the heavenly, the act transcended mere seduction. It served as a poignant reminder of the inescapable intertwining of divine and mortal realms. The resulting union bore Perseus, a child destined for greatness, yet rooted in the complexities of his origins. These ruins, remnants of a civilization that revered such tales, stand silent witnesses to the intricate narratives of gods and mortals. They whisper of the struggles inherent in existence, where human agency often yields to greater cosmic designs. The walls that once echoed laughter and sorrow now cradle memories of ancient wisdom, offering a glimpse into a time when the boundaries between the divine and the earthly seemed porous and alive. A perilous world surrounded Perseus from the very beginning. Born to Danae, a princess imprisoned within a tower, the circumstances of his arrival were shrouded in divine intrigue. The glimmering golden light that penetrated the tower's confines signified a union with Zeus, yet it heralded a series of challenges for the child. The specter of danger lingered in the air, as the wrath of King Acrisius loomed large, prompting the desperate measures that cast mother and son adrift upon the sea, cast in a wooden chest. The pair were not mere victims of circumstance, but rather destined participants in a greater narrative. The ocean, often a harbinger of fate, cradled them until they reached the shores of Seriphos. This island became a temporary refuge, yet the watchful eye of the island's ruler, Polydeuces, introduced yet another layer of peril. His intentions were veiled, masking a predatory desire for Danae. Amidst the tranquil waves and golden sands, Perseus grew, shaped by the trials surrounding him. Each interaction and encounter honed his skills and resolve. His journey was not only about survival, but also about the evolution of a hero, caught in the relentless currents of fate and ambition. The whispers of destiny beckoned as he moved closer to the challenges that awaited him. Fate intertwined with identity as the prophecy of Perseus unfolded. This ancient tale, echoing through the ages, spoke of a hero destined to confront the monstrous Gorgon. It was said that the gaze of Medusa held the power to petrify those who dared to look upon her. In this region, the weight of such a prophecy shaped destinies, igniting a quest for self-discovery amidst the looming shadows of the past. The boundaries of courage and fear often blurred. Guided by the oracle's words, Perseus ventured forth, armed not only with weapons but also with the heavy burden of expectation. His lineage, marked by divine favor, added layers to his journey. As he traversed the rugged landscapes, the echoes of those who walked before him whispered through the winds. Challenges arose, each test layered with meaning, compelling him to confront not only external foes, but the very essence of his being. Reflections in clear waters revealed his doubts and aspirations. Allies emerged, each contributing to the mosaic of his identity. They too faced their own trials, drawn into this unfolding narrative of fate. The quest became a crucible, transforming Perseus from a youth into a symbol of resilience, forever linking his name to the legends of ancient civilizations. The passage of time would etch his story into the annals of history, where fate and identity remain forever entwined. Divine influence permeated the lives of mortals, with Zeus often at the center of such entanglements. His will shaped destinies, guiding heroes and commoners alike through the labyrinth of existence. Each thunderous decree resonated across the heavens, rippling through the fabric of human experience in this ancient world. The omnipotent God wielded power over storms and fate, his presence felt in both grand events and intimate moments. In the tales of Atlas and Perseus, Zeus served as both protector and instigator. His gaze could inspire courage in the hearts of the brave, yet it could also precipitate calamity for those who defied his authority. Through divine intervention, he orchestrated encounters that forever altered the course of history. The consequences of his decisions echoed through generations, weaving a narrative where mortals often danced unknowingly at the behest of their divine creator. The divine realm intertwined with the mortal sphere, creating a complex dynamic of reverence and fear. Offerings were made at altars, prayers whispered into the winds, and rituals performed in hopes of securing favor. In this delicate balance, Zeus remained ever vigilant, subtly influencing the paths chosen by those beneath him. Such interactions between the divine and the human framed a world where the seemingly mundane was steeped in celestial oversight, rendering every moment an extension of divine will. An intrinsic desire for glory and recognition often propelled heroes toward perilous quests. The narrative surrounding Perseus illuminates this drive, intertwining personal ambition with the weight of destiny. Tasked with retrieving the head of Medusa, a figure marked by both allure and terror, the journey unfolded as a reflection of societal values and expectations. This endeavor was not solely about confronting a monster, it also embodied a rite of passage, a transformation from youth to maturity. The motivations behind this journey were layered, fearful of the consequences of Medusa's gaze, which turned men to stone. The pursuit provided an opportunity for Perseus to demonstrate valor. Each step toward the lair deepened his connection to the heroic ideal that permeated his culture. The quest mirrored the trials faced by many who sought to define themselves against the backdrop of formidable challenges, drawing on ancient traditions that celebrated triumph over adversity. Additionally, the allure of Medusa herself, once a beautiful maiden transformed into a monster, added complexity to the narrative. The duality of her existence, as both victim and villain, invited reflections on fate, punishment, and the nature of beauty. This journey was as much an exploration of identity as it was a confrontation with a formidable foe, revealing the intricate interplay of personal ambition and the expectations tethered to heroism. The Gorgons, Amati, as depicted as fearsome creatures in ancient mythology, held a significant place within the pantheon of legendary beings. Considered daughters of Phorcys and Ceto, they were often portrayed with serpents for hair, their gaze capable of petrifying any who dared to meet their eyes. This ability symbolized a profound connection to the themes of fear and power, showcasing the dual nature of beauty and terror interwoven in their existence. Their most well-known member, Medusa, exemplified the tragic narrative that enveloped the Gorgons. Once a beautiful maiden, she was transformed into a monster by the goddess Athena, which served as a reminder of the consequences of transgression and the fickle nature of divine favor. The transformation highlighted the fragility of human condition and the complex relationships between mortals and deities in ancient lore. The significance of the Gorgons extended beyond mere monstrosity. They represented the human struggle against insurmountable odds. Their mythos served as cautionary tales, reflecting societal fears and the moral ambiguities faced by heroes such as Perseus. The quest to confront these beings encapsulated personal trials, leading to transformative journeys that reshaped not only the heroes, but the very fabric of the myths themselves. The echoes of their stories continue to resonate, inviting contemplation on the nature of heroism and the depths of human experience. The Shield of Athena, a formidable artifact, represents not only protection but also wisdom and strategy, embodying the duality of warfare and intellect. Crafted from materials said to be imbued with divine essence, it served as both a defensive tool and a symbol of the goddess's authority. This shield was intricately designed, featuring scenes that depicted the trials and triumphs of heroes, and it held an almost mythical allure. In the context of ancient civilizations, such tools were often revered, seen as extensions of the divine will. They were not mere objects of war, they were embodiments of the ideals and virtues that those societies aspired to uphold. Warriors who bore these artifacts felt a profound connection to the divine, believing that they were guided by a higher power in their endeavors. The influence of Athena's shield extended beyond the battlefield. It inspired artists and storytellers who captured its essence in various forms, perpetuating its significance through generations. The intricate craftsmanship displayed in these representations conveyed the reverence held for the goddess, emphasizing the balance between strength and wisdom. This region, home to the worship of Athena, reflects a complex relationship with the divine. It was a place where the human experience intertwined with the celestial, allowing for an exploration of themes that transcended time, leaving an indelible mark on history. Hermes, often regarded as the herald of the gods, epitomizes the connection between the mortal realm and the divine. Known for his swiftness and cunning, he held the unique ability to traverse between worlds, a skill celebrated in countless myths. This figure was often depicted donning winged sandals, a gift that symbolized freedom and the ability to navigate the heavens with ease. These sandals, crafted by the gods, represented more than mere transportation. They embodied the passage of knowledge and messages across the vast expanse of existence. In this region, Hermes served as a divine guide to mortal souls, aiding travelers and those embarking on quests. His role extended beyond mere messenger duties. He was a facilitator of communication between the earthly and the ethereal. This intricate relationship highlights the importance of guidance in ancient narratives, reflecting the human desire for direction amid uncertainty. Artifacts and inscriptions from ancient civilizations frequently illustrate Hermes's influence, showcasing his significance in rituals aimed at ensuring safe passage and favor in endeavors. The act of invoking his name during significant journeys or decisions reveals the reverence held for him. This veneration speaks to a broader understanding of the interconnectedness of life, death, and the unseen forces that govern existence, reinforcing the notion that every step taken is part of a larger cosmic dance. The encounter with the Graia reveals a profound layer of wisdom woven into the fabric of ancient lore. These sisters, distinguished by their shared eye and tooth, embody the passage of time and the accumulation of knowledge in their isolated dwelling, shrouded in mystery. They represent the remnants of a world where wisdom was guarded and sought after with reverence. Their appearance, though unsettling, serves as a reminder of the raw, unrefined nature of truth. Each interaction with these old hags serves to challenge the seeker. The island of the Gorgons, a remote and enigmatic land, lay shrouded in myth and mystery, surrounded by treacherous waters. It served as a natural barrier, isolating its inhabitants from the world beyond. Rugged cliffs rose sharply, their jagged edges softened only by the occasional wildflower struggling for survival in the harsh environment. This desolate landscape, with its eerie silence, fostered stories of ancient beings where myths intertwined seamlessly with the geography. The Gorgons themselves, known for their serpentine hair and petrifying glare, epitomized the duality of beauty and terror. Their home, often depicted as a dark and foreboding place, was said to echo with the whispers of those who had ventured too close. The island's rocky terrain was punctuated by hidden caves, believed to be the lairs of these formidable creatures. Legends spoke of the transformation of brave souls who dared to confront them, their lives forever altered by a single gaze. Ancient maps, while sparse, hinted at the significance of this island within the broader context of heroic tales. The myths surrounding the Gorgons not only reflected the fears of the ancient world, but also served as cautionary tales, highlighting the delicate balance between ambition and hubris. The geography of this isolated realm played a crucial role in shaping the narratives that would echo through time. The encounter with Medusa marked a pivotal moment in the tales of ancient heroes. Armed with a reflective shield crafted by Athena, Perseus approached the lair of the Gorgon, where shadows danced across the stone walls. The air was thick with tension, a palpable silence enveloping the surroundings as he prepared to confront the creature that could turn mere mortals into lifeless granite. Utilizing the shield's polished surface, the hero maintained a safe distance, allowing him to observe Medusa without meeting her direct gaze. This strategic maneuver was essential, as the mere sight of her could spell doom for any unprepared soul. The serpent hair writhed with a life of its own, creating an unsettling atmosphere that seemed to thrum with latent danger. From his vantage point, Perseus employed a swift and calculated approach. Timing became critical. Each movement was deliberate, designed to exploit the brief moments when Medusa was momentarily distracted. As he wielded his sword, the blade glimmered under the dim light, reflecting the desperation of the battle while aiming for precision. Once the blow was struck, the aftermath resonated throughout the realm, forever altering the landscape of myth. The remnants of that confrontation lingered in the tales shared among those who sought to understand the balance between humanity and the divine. The line drawn between heroism and hubris, the aftermath of victory, left an indelible mark on the landscape of myth and memory. Perseus emerged not merely as a hero, but as a figure ensconced in the complexities of fate. The slaying of Medusa shifted the narrative of power, transforming a being once feared into a symbol of caution and consequence. This act resonated deep within the fabric of ancient lore, reverberating through time as a reminder of the fine lines separating valor from recklessness. In the wake of this encounter, the severed head of Medusa became a coveted trophy, its gaze retaining the ability to petrify those who dared to confront it. These remnants of her legacy were not merely physical. They served as a manifestation of the consequences of unchecked ambition. The places where her blood fell were said to bear witness to the birth of new life, a paradox of creation emerging from destruction. Communities reflected on the lessons inherent in this tale, highlighting the duality of strength and vulnerability. Artisans crafted images of the slain creature, capturing both her terror and beauty. These representations adorned temples and public spaces, serving to convey the message that every victory bears the weight of responsibility. In their quiet corners, the stories continued to evolve, intertwining with the lives of those who sought to navigate the delicate balance between the mortal and the divine. The mystical birth of Pegasus emerged from the blood of the slain Gorgon, a creature whose very existence was woven into the fabric of fear and reverence. This horse, sprouting from the earth, symbolized not only beauty and grace, but also the raw power that lay within the realm of the gods. With each hoof that touched the ground, it bridged the divide between the celestial and terrestrial worlds, embodying the aspirations of those who dared to dream. In this region, Pegasus became a source of inspiration for poets and artists, infusing their works with a sense of longing and ambition. The striking image of the winged horse soared through the imaginations of many, often depicted in the most sacred spaces and adorned with intricate motifs. These representations served as a reminder of the connection between humanity and the divine, a reminder that greatness could be attained through perseverance. The significance of Pegasus extended beyond mere symbolism. It became a vital part of heroic narratives, providing assistance to those who sought glory and adventure. In the sky, it was believed to create storms and rain, a manifestation of its strength and influence over the natural world. As the myths surrounding this creature flourished, its legacy captured the essence of aspiration, echoing through the ages in whispers of ancient tales, still resonant in the hearts of those who seek a connection to the sublime. The transformation of Medusa into a being of stone represents a profound shift within the narrative of Greek mythology. Once a beautiful maiden, her fate altered by the gods, she became a gorgon, a creature both feared and revered. This metamorphosis reflects themes of punishment and the complexities of beauty intertwined with danger. In this region, the tales recount how she was cursed, condemned to a life of solitude, her gaze capable of petrifying anyone who dared to meet her eyes. This aspect of her existence symbolizes the duality of allure and horror. It illustrates how power can become a burden, as she became both a protector and a victim of her fate. Ruins scattered across the landscape often serve as reminders of her story. Carvings and inscriptions depict Medusa, her snake-laden hair and fierce countenance immortalized in stone. These remnants evoke a sense of loss, a narrative woven into the fabric of ancient civilizations. The heroes who sought her out, such as Perseus, were drawn not only by her fearsome reputation but also by the promise of glory. The act of slaying her transformed not only Perseus but also the myth itself, ensuring her story would endure through the annals of history, forever etched in the minds of those who ponder the nature of fate and transformation. The journey back was fraught with challenges that tested not only Perseus's physical strength, but also his resolve. Armed with the gifts of the gods, he ventured through treacherous landscapes. Each step brought new obstacles, from towering cliffs to vast deserts, where the sun bore down mercilessly. The weight of the severed head rested heavily in his satchel, a reminder of his monumental victory and the burdens of newfound fame. Encounters with hostile creatures were frequent, as the remnants of ancient horrors lingered in the shadows of the mountains. Harpies swooped down from above, shrieking with fury, while serpents slithered through the underbrush, their eyes glinting in the dim light. Yet it was the unforeseen trials that tested his spirit most profoundly. Lost paths led to moments of uncertainty, and fleeting doubts crept into his mind, colors fading from his fervor. The return journey also brought him face to face with the consequences of his actions. The people of his homeland awaited him, eyes filled with anticipation, but their hopes carried a weight of expectation. How would they receive the hero who had slain a monster? Would their gratitude be tempered by fear of his power? Such thoughts echoed in his mind as he traversed the landscapes, the weight of destiny guiding each step. Destiny often unfolds in subtle ways, shaping a hero's path with invisible threads. In this ancient realm, the fates wove intricate patterns, guiding encounters and challenges. Every choice made reverberated through time, echoing with the weight of inevitability. The relentless march of fate seemed to ensure that no action was trivial. They were all part of a larger design. The landscapes bore witness to this unfolding narrative, with towering mountains and deep valleys marking the intersections of choices. It was here that heroes confronted their fears, often discovering strength they did not know they possessed. These moments were not merely personal triumphs. They resonated with the collective history, intertwining with the destinies of others who walked similar paths. In one sacred grove, an ancient oracle whispered truths that transcended mortal understanding. Those seeking guidance could feel the weight of their decisions pressing upon them, as if the very air thickened with the gravity of their choices. Each revelation stirred the air, a reminder that heroes do not travel alone, but are forever connected to the lives and fates of those they encounter. The quiet persistence of destiny acted as both a compass and a mirror, reflecting aspirations and fears. This duality shaped the journey, crafting a narrative that was at once personal and universal, revealing the profound interplay between choice and fate. The encounter with Atlas marked a significant juncture in this narrative. This titan, burdened with the weight of the heavens, stood as a monument to endurance and isolation. His presence was more than physical. It resonated with the echoes of ancient struggles, a testament to the conflicts between titans and mortals. The weight he bore was not solely celestial. It represented the long-lingering consequences of his own choices. In this region, the air thickened with history, each breath drawn infused with the remnants of the past. Atlas, with his weary disposition, embodied the conflict between duty and desire. The heavens above him shimmered, a reminder of the divine responsibility he had been assigned, while the earth below remained untouched. Yearning for respite, Perseus approached cautiously, aware of the delicate balance in this interaction. This was not merely a confrontation between hero and titan. It was a meeting of destinies. The gaze exchanged held the potential to alter their fates irrevocably. The weight of Atlas's burden contrasted sharply with Perseus's quest for liberation, each representing a different aspect of heroism. In that moment, time seemed to suspend. The silent understanding between them transcended words, revealing an unspoken acknowledgement of their respective realms. The Titan's enduring gaze captured the essence of sacrifice, a reflection of the burdens that all must bear, whether divine or mortal. Atlas, condemned to support the heavens, symbolizes the heavy toll of divine retribution. This punishment, a consequence of his defiance, manifests in the physical strain of holding up the celestial dome. The weight of the world rests upon his shoulders, an eternal reminder of the limits of endurance. Many myths illustrate the profound isolation that accompanies such a burden, emphasizing the separation between the titan and the vibrant life below. The landscape surrounding this figure speaks volumes. Craggy mountains rise in the distance, their peaks often shrouded in clouds, an echo of the titan's own fate. Valleys stretch beneath, lush and teeming with life, contrasting sharply with the burden Atlas must bear. The flora and fauna thrive, unaware of the eternal watchfulness of time. Flows differently in this realm, where the sun's path and the moon's phases mark the passage of aeons for those below. Yet Atlas remains frozen in a single moment of despair. Legends recount the fleeting visits of heroes seeking counsel from this titan, momentary connections that illuminate the solitude of his existence. Each encounter, brief and poignant, reinforces the burden Atlas carries, as he offers wisdom born from his suffering. Such interactions serve as a reminder of the intricate ties between duty and sacrifice, woven throughout the fabric of ancient lore. The power wielded by Perseus embodies a unique interplay of strength and strategy, deeply rooted in the myths that echo through time. Gifted with the reflective shield, he navigated the perilous landscapes of his world, turning the very essence of danger into a tool for survival. The gaze that petrifies, originating from the gaze of Medusa, underscores the duality of his journey. It serves as both a weapon and a cautionary tale, illustrating the fragile balance between valor and vulnerability. This ability to confront monstrous entities while remaining unscathed highlights a significant aspect of ancient belief systems. It suggests that true strength lies not only in physical prowess, but also in wisdom and foresight. The echoes of his encounters resonate within these ruins, where remnants of past civilizations reflect similar struggles against formidable adversaries. The legends surrounding Perseus often hint at the idea of legacy as well. In the shadows of those ancient tales, the weight of responsibility emerges, revealing how the actions of a single hero can ripple through generations. The petrified forms left in his wake symbolize the permanence of choices made in moments of crisis. Such narratives invite contemplation of the nature of power and its consequences, fostering a deeper understanding of the heroes who walked these paths long ago. The transformation of Atlas holds a significant place within mythological interpretations, reflecting the multifaceted nature of his character. This titan, once revered for his strength and endurance, faced a profound shift in his identity as he bore the weight of the heavens. His punishment, a direct consequence of the Titanomachy, symbolizes the burdens that accompany great power. In various stories, Atlas is depicted not merely as a figure of punishment, but as a guardian of knowledge and the celestial realm. The imagery of him holding up the sky invokes a sense of both reverence and despair, illustrating the duality of existence that he embodies. Such interpretations emphasize the fragility of power and the isolation that often accompanies it. Within these narratives, the gaze of Perseus plays a crucial role. The act of turning Atlas to stone serves as a reminder of the vulnerability inherent in even the mightiest beings. It speaks to the transient nature of strength, where defiance can lead to downfall. This region's artistic representations often depict Atlas in a moment of stillness, capturing the weight of his eternal burden. These visual interpretations invite reflection on the themes of endurance and sacrifice, enhancing the understanding of an ancient civilization's complex relationship with its deities and heroes. The concept of stone carries profound symbolism, representing both permanence and consequence. In many ancient civilizations, stone was not merely a material, but a vessel for their beliefs and values. The transformation of beings into stone often conveyed a deeper message about the inescapable fates that awaited both mortals and immortals. This region's myths reflect an understanding that actions bear weight, and the consequences may be as unyielding as the very substance of the earth. The enduring forms of these petrified figures stand as a testament to the choices made by both gods and humans. Contemplation of these monuments invites consideration of the sacrifices that shaped their narratives, illuminating the tension between aspiration and downfall. This complex relationship resonates strongly within the context of heroism, where the pursuit of glory often came with a heavy price. These ruins, imbued with centuries of significance, serve as reminders of the frailty of existence against the backdrop of eternity. In the quiet strength of stone, one can sense the echoes of stories that once animated the lives of individuals caught in the web of fate. It is in this stillness that the gravity of their decisions becomes palpable, urging a deeper exploration of what it means to confront one's destiny. The silent guardians remain, preserving the whispers of a time long past. The quiet presence of ancient stone continues to evoke memories of heroism and sacrifice. Perseus, a figure born of divine lineage, embarked upon a quest that would alter the fate of many. This region, steeped in myth, tells the tale of Andromeda, a princess bound to a fate of peril. Her exposure to the wrath of the sea monster, Cetus, was a consequence of her mother's hubris. Compelled by a mixture of love and duty, Perseus took to the skies, armed with gifts from the gods, a reflective shield, winged sandals, and a fabled sword. He traversed landscapes steeped in danger. These ruins, remnants of a civilization that revered such tales, stand witness to the arduous journey undertaken by the hero. The confrontation with Cetus is marked by swift movements and strategic thinking, each decision critical in the face of death. As the monster's massive form loomed, the reflective shield transformed it into a statue of stone, echoing the fate of titans. The rescue of Andromeda became a pivotal moment, not just for the pair, but for the legacy of heroism itself. This narrative, woven into the very fabric of human consciousness, continues to inspire. Stone and shadow remain intertwined, forever anticipating the next chapter in the saga of Perseus. Andromeda emerges as a pivotal figure within this narrative, embodying themes of sacrifice and love that resonate deeply through the annals of mythology. Her plight, chained to a rock as an offering to the sea monster Cetus, illustrates the profound cost of familial duty and the weight of destiny. This vulnerability captivates the hearts of those who hear her story, inviting reflections on the nature of devotion. The arrival of Perseus marks a turning point in her tale. His courageous quest to rescue her transforms the act of love into one of heroism. The connection between the two transcends mere attraction, evolving into a bond forged in adversity. This union symbolizes not only personal sacrifice, but also the triumph of hope over despair. Andromeda's acceptance of her fate, juxtaposed with Perseus's determination, highlights the complexities of their intertwined destinies. As their story unfolds, the threads of love and sacrifice weave through the fabric of their lives. The duality of Andromeda's role as both a victim and a catalyst for change invites contemplation of the sacrifices made in the name of love. These ancient themes resonate across cultures and eras, revealing the enduring nature of such bonds in human experience. In this region, echoes of their saga linger, whispering of the timeless struggles faced by those entwined in fate's embrace. The monstrous Cetus emerged from the depths, a formidable creature woven into the mythology of ancient civilizations. Its presence loomed large in the tales that shaped the perceptions of fear and bravery. Often depicted as a colossal sea serpent, it represented the chaos of the ocean, instilling both dread and awe among coastal dwellers. This creature was not simply a beast of the sea, it was a symbol of the unpredictable nature of life itself, embodying the struggles and sacrifices that heroes like Perseus faced in their quests. Cetus was often summoned as a harbinger of doom, its name evoking a sense of foreboding. These narratives serve to remind people of their vulnerability in the vastness of the world. Tales of sacrifices made to appease this creature highlight the delicate balance between humanity and nature. The stories illustrate how communities facing the wrath of such a beast sought to understand their place within the cosmos. In the context of Perseus, Cetus became a formidable adversary, a test of valor that would a test of Perseus' heroism. It was marked by the intersection of courage and fate. This confrontation unfolded in an arena where myths transformed into tangible threats. Cetus, a creature of immense size and ferocity, challenged not only the physical strength of heroes but also their resolve. With the weight of destiny upon him, Perseus prepared for the encounter, armed with gifts from the gods, an adamantine sword, a reflective shield, and the winged sandals. He ventured into the turbulent waters where the beast awaited. The landscape, a desolate shore lined with jagged cliffs, bore witness to this confrontation. The air was thick with tension, a silent anticipation of the clash between mortal and monster. The battle commenced with Cetus rising from the depths, a mass of scales and rage. Perseus, utilizing the reflective properties of his shield, evaded the creature's gaze, avoiding the petrifying fate that befell so many. Striking with precision, he aimed for the vulnerable points of this ancient terror. Each blow resonated with the collective hopes of those who had suffered under the shadow of this beast. At the end, the victory was not just Perseus's alone. It carried the weight of an entire society yearning for liberation, a moment where legend met the relentless march of time, forever altering their narrative within the cosmos. Heroism and bravery permeate the fabric of Greek mythology, manifesting in the actions of warriors and demigods who confront insurmountable challenges. These figures embody ideals that resonate through generations, often driven by a profound sense of duty to their people and the gods. The tales of such heroes reveal a landscape where valor is tested against the backdrop of fate, where each act of courage is intertwined with personal sacrifice. This region, steeped in ancient lore, serves as the stage for numerous quests that highlight the struggle between human ambition and divine intervention. Individuals like Perseus, armed with cunning and divine gifts, venture into the unknown, facing formidable foes. The slaying of Medusa stands as a testament to not only physical prowess, but also the necessity of intellect and strategy. The act of overcoming fear transforms these characters into symbols of resilience. Bravery is frequently accompanied by the burden of consequence. Each heroic feat carries potential downfall, emphasizing the complexities of their choices. The tragic tales of Achilles and Odysseus illustrate the duality of strength and vulnerability, revealing that even the mightiest heroes are subject to the whims of fate. These narratives encapsulate an enduring quest for identity and legacy, echoing through the annals of history and shaping cultural values. Through these stories, the essence of heroism becomes an exploration of the human spirit. The journey home marked a significant chapter in Perseus's life. Following the slaying of Medusa, the hero, burdened with the weight of his triumph, navigated the treacherous waters of the Aegean Sea. Each wave held whispers of the past, a reminder of the challenges faced and the victories won. The vessel, a simple craft, drifted across the horizon, tracing paths once traveled by ancient mariners. Amidst the tranquil expanse, memories of encounters with deities and monsters lingered in the air. The gales carried the scent of salt and adventure, mingling with the faint echoes of the tales shared around flickering fires. Perseus, steadfast in purpose, contemplated the implications of his action. The severed head of Medusa, now encased within a protective bag, symbolized both a curse and a blessing. As a blessing, if caused into blessing, as the coastline of Argos came into view, it heralded not just a return, but a transformation. This region, steeped in myth and history, awaited the hero's arrival with bated breath. The people, unaware of the trials endured, would soon behold the fruits of his labor. In the shadows of the Acropolis, whispers of glory began to take shape, destined to weave into the fabric of their communal identity. The homecoming signaled a new chapter, one defined by legacy and the enduring nature of human aspiration. The prophecy lingered in the air, a specter of fate that intertwined the lives of many. Acrisius, king of Argos, dwelled within the confines of his fortified palace, a place echoing with uncertainty. His reign, once marked by strength, had become tainted by fear of the foretold future, one involving his own grandson. The tension that enveloped this region was palpable, a heavy shroud that stifled the very essence of life. Word of Perseus's return traveled swiftly, carried by whispers that traversed the land. It evoked both dread and anticipation among the populace, who were acutely aware of the king's relentless pursuit of control over his destiny. Within the walls of the castle, the king's anger simmered, transforming his thoughts into a singular focus: elimination of the perceived threat. The young hero, armed with divine gifts, approached with a clarity of purpose that belied his years. The confrontation unfolded in stark simplicity, marked by the clash of wills rather than weapons. Acrisius, confronted by the embodiment of his fears, found himself paralyzed by the weight of the prophecy. The culmination of a lineage steeped in turmoil and ambition played out beneath the watchful gaze of the heavens, the very skies bearing witness to the inevitable unraveling of fate. Acrisius, once a ruler of notable power, became ensnared by the threads of destiny, his life marked by a harrowing prophecy. This foretelling dictated that the son born to his daughter, Dana, Abona, would one day bring about his demise. In an attempt to thwart this fate, he confined her within a bronze chamber, believing that isolation would safeguard him from impending doom. Yet, the nature of fate is relentless, indifferent to the machinations of mortals. The arrival of Perseus, conceived through divine intervention, fulfilled the prophecy in a manner both unexpected and inevitable. Acrisius, unaware of the child's existence, continued his reign, unaware that the seeds of his end had already been sown. The encounter between father and son was destined, a convergence of paths that had been set long before their births. When the fateful day arrived, the arena became the stage for a confrontation that had transcended generations. In a moment defined by the intertwining of choices and chance, the very act of casting a discus became the instrument of Acrisius's fate. The projectile, propelled by the hand of Perseus, struck true, the ruler's life extinguished, not by malice, but by the unyielding nature of destiny. This event resonated through the ages, echoing the profound truth that some fates are inescapable. The actions of Perseus forged a legacy that redefined the contours of mythology. His triumph over the Gorgon represented not merely a victory over a singular foe, but the embodiment of heroism that would inspire countless tales. This act of bravery established him as a paradigm of the classical hero, one whose qualities reflected both strength and intellect. In these narratives, Perseus emerges as the quintessential figure, embodying courage in the face of insurmountable odds. His quest, aided by divine gifts, underscored a recurring theme: the interplay between fate and free will. The decisions made during his journey served as a reminder of the delicate balance between human agency and the whims of the gods, a dynamic that echoed throughout subsequent mythological tales. These stories, passed down through generations, found their way into the fabric of various cultures, inspiring artists and thinkers alike. The imagery of the hero wielding the reflective shield, the sword glimmering in the light, became icons of valor and resilience in the aftermath of his exploits. The legacy of Perseus transcended individual stories, embedding itself in the collective consciousness. This region, rich with ancient ruins, continues to whisper the tales of heroism and sacrifice, forever linking the past with the essence of humanity's enduring quest for meaning. Mythology often imbues figures like Perseus with profound significance, embodying themes of destiny, conflict, and transformation. His journey to confront Medusa serves as a reflection of humanity's intrinsic struggle against chaos and fear. The weight of his task symbolizes the burdens borne by those who confront the unknown, resonating deeply within the framework of Greek tragedy. Perseus stands at a crossroads, grappling with fate while making choices that ripple through time. This tension between predetermined destiny and personal agency is a recurring motif within these narratives. It reveals the complexities of human nature, as characters wrestle with moral dilemmas and the consequences of their actions. The confrontation with Medusa, framed within a larger narrative of heroism. The repercussions of Perseus's journey extend beyond his personal triumph. His actions catalyze a chain of events that intertwine with other myths, highlighting the interconnectedness of these stories within the ancient world. Such themes not only resonate through the tales of Perseus, but also reflect the broader human experience, emphasizing the continuous dialogue between fear, courage, and the quest for understanding in the face of adversity. The Titan's presence in literature serves as a profound symbol of endurance and the burden of responsibility. Often depicted as a figure who supports the heavens, Atlas embodies the weight of the world, representing the struggles inherent in human existence. This region of mythological discourse reveals the complexity of his character, oscillating between a mere figure of strength and a poignant reflection on the isolation that accompanies great power. In the works of ancient poets, Atlas emerges as both a literal and metaphorical guardian of knowledge. His role encapsulates the paradox of wisdom gained through suffering, where the pursuit of truth can lead to both enlightenment and despair. Such narratives emphasize the duality of existence, illustrating that with great knowledge comes the potential for great burden. Over centuries, various authors have drawn upon the imagery of Atlas to articulate themes of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. This Titan's plight resonates strongly during periods of societal upheaval, where individuals grapple with their own burdens. In contemporary reflections, Atlas symbolizes the modern human condition, encapsulating the quest for meaning amid chaos. Through these literary interpretations, the Titan's legacy endures, inviting contemplation of the intricate balance between strength and vulnerability, and the eternal quest for understanding amidst life's relentless challenges. The influence of Perseus extends into various artistic expressions, capturing the essence of heroism and the duality of existence. In sculptures, the imagery often portrays the moment of triumphant victory, a young hero brandishing the severed head of Medusa. This representation serves as a testament to human resilience, embodying a struggle against formidable adversities that resonate through time. Poets frequently depict the narrative in vivid detail, illustrating the hero's journey with vibrant colors and dynamic compositions. The tension in these scenes invites viewers to reflect on the nature of courage and the moral complexities of the myth. Artists employ light and shadow to evoke emotion, guiding the observer's gaze toward the moments of both triumph and tragedy. These artworks transcend mere representation, becoming vessels for deeper philosophical inquiry. The interplay between the figures of Perseus and Medusa encapsulates the themes of power and consequence, suggesting that victory is often accompanied by a profound cost. In this way, the legacy of Perseus is embedded within the artistic landscape, influencing generations of creators. The narratives inspire ongoing exploration of the human experience, resonating with those who seek to understand the complexities of fate and the enduring struggle against darkness. Each piece stands as a silent witness to the eternal dialogue between light and shadow. The concept of petrification intertwines myth and psychology, presenting a fascinating exploration of transformation. In various cultures, it symbolizes the transition from vitality to stillness. This phenomenon, often attributed to the gaze of creatures like gorgons, evokes a sense of fear and awe. The moment of being turned to stone can be perceived as an abrupt halt, a frozen state that captures the essence of vulnerability. Mythical interpretations frequently highlight the relationship between power and perception. A single gaze can encapsulate strength, rendering the once lively into mere relics of their former selves. The enduring images of these figures suggest a reflection on the nature of existence, questioning the fragility that accompanies life. This notion transcends mere legend, penetrating deep into the human psyche. Psychologically, petrification can symbolize emotional paralysis or the inability to act in the face of overwhelming circumstances. The metaphor extends to personal experiences where individuals feel immobilized, unable to navigate the complexities of their surroundings. This parallel invites contemplation on the balance between fear and courage, movement and stillness. In these contexts, petrification serves as a reminder of the thin line between existence and oblivion. The enduring remnants of those turned to stone carry whispers of their stories, urging a deeper understanding of the forces that shape both myth and human experience. Roman mythology embraced Perseus with a nuanced interpretation, shifting his narrative to align with cultural values and societal ideals. The hero's origins transformed, often emphasized through tales that underscored his divine lineage and valor. His lineage, traced back to Jupiter, granted him a status that resonated with the Roman emphasis on ancestry and heroism. This connection to the gods elevated his deeds, framing them as not merely personal triumphs but reflections of divine will. The adaptation of Perseus's exploits also mirrored the Roman fascination with moral virtue. In these retellings, acts of bravery were frequently underscored by themes of justice and duty. The slaying of Medusa became less about personal vengeance and more about protecting society from monstrous threats. This shift in motivation served to align the hero's journey with the Roman ideals of service and sacrifice. Artistic representations flourished during this period, illustrating the hero's encounters in vivid detail. Statues and frescoes depicted the moment of triumph, capturing not only the physical prowess but also the moral weight of his actions. These visual narratives reinforced a cultural identity, blending the mythological with the historical. The stories of Perseus, now interwoven with Roman values, reflect a society that sought to find meaning in myth, using ancient tales to navigate the complexities of their own existence. The legacy of Medusa transcends her mythological roots, evolving into a powerful symbol across various cultures. In ancient times, her image served as a talisman, believed to ward off evil and protect against harm. This protective aspect can be observed in numerous artifacts, where her visage appears prominently on shields and temple facades, where embodying strength and resilience. Anondi calyx, uianing strength and resilience. With the passage of time, interpretations of Medusa began to shift, In later artistic expressions, she transformed from a figure of fear to one of empowerment. The Renaissance witnessed a resurgence of interest in classical themes, where her story was reimagined through the lens of human emotion and struggle. Artists portrayed her with a sense of tragic beauty, reflecting the complexities of female agency and vulnerability. In contemporary discourse, Medusa's image continues to evoke a range of interpretations. Feminist readings highlight her as a symbol of female rage and empowerment, challenging patriarchal narratives that sought to demonize her. This duality captures the essence of her enduring presence as she embodies both terror and strength. The cultural impact of Medusa remains significant, serving as a reminder of the intricate interplay between mythology, identity, and societal values. This evolution illustrates how ancient stories can be recontextualized, providing insight into modern struggles and aspirations. Atlas has transcended its mythological origins, becoming a symbol of burden and resilience in contemporary culture. This figure appears in various literary contexts, often representing the weight of responsibility borne by individuals in an increasingly complex world. It embodies the struggle to maintain balance amid overwhelming challenges, reflecting the human condition. Numerous authors invoke Atlas as a metaphor for the societal pressures faced today. In modern literature, characters may be depicted as holding up their worlds, paralleling the Titan's eternal task. These narratives examine themes of duty, sacrifice, and the consequences of ambition, resonating with readers who grapple with their own metaphorical burdens. In this region of storytelling, works explore the psychological implications of carrying such weight. The imagery often evokes a sense of isolation as characters navigate their paths while feeling the strain of expectations. This portrayal aligns with the enduring relevance of Atlas in poetry and prose, where the Titan's plight serves as a reflection of contemporary existential dilemmas. Contemporary art further engages with this symbolism, depicting Atlas in various forms, sometimes as a weary figure, illustrating the emotional toll of modern existence. These interpretations contribute to a broader understanding of resilience, inviting discourse on the balance between personal aspirations and societal demands. The legacy of Atlas continues to evolve, enriching the narrative landscape. The Titan's curse has inspired various interpretations within philosophy and ethics, inviting contemplation on the burden of responsibility and the nature of power. This tale serves as a poignant reminder of the consequences that accompany great strength. Many thinkers have examined the implications of Atlas's eternal struggle, viewing it as a metaphor for human existence and the weight of one's duties. The notion of carrying the world evokes reflections on personal sacrifice and the moral dilemmas faced by individuals in pursuit of their obligations. In these discussions, Atlas embodies the dichotomy of power and vulnerability. The immense strength attributed to such figures may simultaneously suggest an inherent fragility as they become ensnared by the very burdens they bear. Philosophers have posited that this dynamic prompts deeper questions regarding autonomy and the ethical dimensions of leadership. The weight of the heavens transcends mere physicality, inviting scrutiny of the psychological toll on those who shoulder such immense responsibilities. The stories surrounding Atlas and his plight foster a rich terrain for discourse. They delve into the complexities of morality, challenging the boundaries between duty and self-preservation. This reflection resonates across cultures, where the wisdom gleaned from such narratives continues to shape modern ethical frameworks, urging society to consider the consequences of power and the responsibilities it entails. Perseus embodies the essence of human endeavor, serving as a potent symbol of courage and determination. This figure, often portrayed wielding a sword and shield, encapsulates the archetype of the hero who confronts insurmountable challenges. The journey of this character reflects the universal struggle against adversity, a theme echoed in countless tales throughout history. Emerging from humble beginnings, this hero's narrative illustrates the potential within individuals to rise against formidable obstacles. The slaying of Medusa stands as a pivotal moment where ingenuity and bravery intertwine. Equipped with divine gifts, the ability to strategize becomes as crucial as physical strength. The act of turning a formidable foe into stone reveals not just triumph, but the inherent power of intellect over brute force. This representation resonates deeply, inspiring generations to pursue their own quests for meaning and achievement. Perseus invites contemplation on the duality of heroism. Victory can come at a cost, demanding introspection about the implications of one's actions. Within the framework of myths, these archetypes encourage reflection on personal responsibility and the impact of individual choices on the collective human experience. Such narratives, while rooted in ancient lore, continue to inform contemporary discussions about the nature of courage and the ethical dimensions of ambition. Myth served as a crucial framework within ancient Greek society, embedding itself into the very fabric of daily life. Its narratives offered moral lessons, guiding individuals on how to navigate the complexities of existence. Stories of heroes, gods, and monsters were not mere entertainment. They embodied principles that were essential for social cohesion and personal conduct. The tales of Atlas and Perseus, for instance, illuminated the virtues of bravery and resilience, while simultaneously warning against hubris and excessive ambition. These narratives were frequently explored in public spaces, where citizens gathered to hear tales recounted by skilled storytellers. Such gatherings fostered a shared identity, reinforcing communal values through the lessons imparted within these myths. They encouraged reflection on the human condition, prompting individuals to consider their own actions in light of the virtues exemplified by legendary figures. Religious rituals also drew upon these stories, offering a means of connection with the divine. The behaviors of gods and heroes were often seen as reflections of ideal human qualities. Temples, adorned with intricate sculptures and paintings, served as reminders of these narratives, ensuring that the lessons of the past remained at the forefront of societal consciousness. In this way, myth not only entertained, but also shaped the moral compass of an entire civilization, imparting wisdom that transcended generations. The intricate relationship between gods and mortals reveals itself through Perseus' journey, embodying the complexities of divine influence and human agency. Deities frequently intervened in the lives of mortals, guiding them with gifts or challenging them with trials. This dynamic plays a critical role in shaping the narrative of Perseus, whose path is marked by the favor and wrath of the gods. Divine gifts, such as the reflective shield from Athena, serve as vital tools in his quest. The shield, designed to avert the gaze of Medusa, exemplifies the assistance provided by the deities to mortals striving for greatness. Such interactions emphasize the notion that success is seldom achieved in isolation. Rather, it is often a product of both divine grace and personal effort. Contrastingly, the capricious nature of the gods can bring misfortune. The jealousy of others, such as Hera, illustrates the potential for divine retribution. Perseus, while heroic, is also subject to the whims of these powerful beings. Trials faced along his journey highlight the tenuous balance of power between the celestial and the terrestrial. The themes woven through this journey reflect a society grappling with the implications of divine intervention, revealing a world where the lines between fate and free will are blurred. Such narratives invite reflection on the moral lessons derived from the interactions between gods and mortals. Cultural variations of the Medusa myth reveal a rich tapestry of reinterpretation across different societies. Initially depicted as a fearsome monster, it evolved into a symbol of protection in some traditions. In ancient Greece, Medusa was often portrayed as an object of dread, embodying the consequences of female rage and beauty distorted by jealousy. This figure served as a cautionary tale, warning against the perils of unchecked desire and the repercussions of offending the gods. In contrast, other cultures embraced her as a protective entity. In Etruscan art, for example, the Gorgonian, a representation of Medusa's head, was utilized as an apotropaic symbol, meant to ward off evil spirits. This duality highlights the shifting perceptions of feminine power and vulnerability throughout history. With the advent of the Renaissance, the narrative transformed yet again as artists reimagined Medusa through a lens of beauty and tragic fate. This period saw her depicted with a blend of horror and allure, emphasizing the complexity of her character. Literature and art reflect these evolving attitudes, revealing a fascination with her story that transcends time. The integration of myth into education served as both a vehicle for moral instruction and a means of cultural preservation. Tales of heroes like Perseus were woven into the fabric of learning, providing children with archetypes of courage and cleverness. Through his adventures, they encountered the complexities of human nature, the struggles between good and evil, and the consequences of hubris. In this region, storytellers imparted these narratives not only to entertain, but to instill values. The legend of Perseus, particularly his triumph over Medusa, illustrated the importance of wisdom and strategy in overcoming seemingly insurmountable challenges. It became a model for emulation, where the qualities of bravery and resourcefulness were highlighted as essential virtues. Educational practices included public recitations of these myths, where the exploits of heroes were elaborated in the presence of peers, fostering a communal understanding of their significance. These gatherings allowed for the exploration of philosophical questions surrounding fate, destiny, and morality, creating a dialogue that resonated through generations. The use of myth extended beyond mere storytelling. It became a framework for ethical discussions and philosophical inquiry, shaping the worldview of young minds. Through the lens of Perseus, students were encouraged to reflect on their own potential for growth and the intricate tapestry of human experience. The lessons derived from such myths contributed significantly to the intellectual heritage of ancient Greece. A fate looms large over the narrative of Perseus, intricately woven into the very fabric of his adventures. Foretold by oracles even before his birth, the path that lay before him seemed inescapable. The decrees of destiny dictated the circumstances of his life, forcing him into confrontations with formidable foes and divine entities. It was not merely the weight of prophecy that shaped his journey. The choices he made along the way revealed a complex interplay between the predetermined and the self-determined. These choices often emerged in moments of crisis,
where the line between fate and free will blurs.
The encounter with Medusa, for instance, showcased not only the inevitability of his encounters, but also the agency he exercised in defeating her. Armed with gifts from the gods of the Atlas, he navigated treacherous terrain and devised strategies that underscored his capacity for decision-making within a framework of predestined events. This duality reflects a broader philosophical inquiry resonating through ancient thought. The tension between destiny's grip and the individual's ability to shape their own fate rendered Perseus a compelling figure. His story invites reflection on the nature of human agency, suggesting that while the cosmic order may set the stage, it is the actions of individuals that breathe life into the narrative. In this way, the tale of Perseus transcends mere myth, embodying profound questions of existence and choice. The shield of Perseus serves as a crucial element in this narrative, acting not only as a tool of protection, but also as a symbol of reflection and perception. Crafted from polished bronze, it reflects the light of the sun, offering a unique vantage point. This reflective surface transforms the act of viewing into an intricate dance between reality and illusion. It invites contemplation on how perceptions shape understanding. Within this context, the shield becomes a metaphor for self-awareness. The hero, gazing into its gleaming surface, avoids direct confrontation with the formidable Gorgon. Instead, it allows him to engage with the threat from a safe distance. This method of indirect observation highlights the significance of perception in overcoming challenges. The power of sight, when tempered with wisdom, becomes a crucial strategy for survival. The symbolism extends beyond the individual. It reflects broader themes of knowledge and ignorance, illuminating how one's understanding of truth can be both empowering and perilous. In this region of ancient lore, where the line between the seen and unseen often blurs, the shield embodies the duality of existence. It prompts a deeper inquiry into the nature of reality itself, urging reflection on how appearances can deceive. Through this lens, Perseus's journey unfolds not merely as a battle, but as a profound exploration of understanding and insight. The hero's journey serves as a framework through which diverse cultures articulate their values and beliefs. In many narratives, this structure encapsulates the transformation from innocence to experience, guiding protagonists through trials that elicit personal growth. Within these ancient tales, moments of introspection often coincide with pivotal encounters that shape the hero's path. Perseus, as he navigates the challenges posed by formidable adversaries, embodies this archetypal journey. The significance lies not merely in the feats accomplished, but in the internal metamorphosis that accompanies them. Each trial faced by Perseus reflects a universal struggle, casting light on the human condition. This exploration of self-discovery resonates with audiences, transcending the ages. The emotional intricacies woven into these trials allow for a deeper connection with the narrative, inviting reflection on one's own journey. This region, steeped in mythological resonance, becomes a backdrop for the unfolding of such archetypes. The stones and ruins echo the trials endured, while the remnants of civilization speak to the enduring nature of these stories. They remind us that the journey undertaken by Perseus is not solely about confronting external threats, but also about the inner dialogue that accompanies moments of fear and courage. Through these explorations, the hero's journey remains an essential narrative structure, illuminating pathways of growth and understanding. Justice weaves through the legends surrounding Perseus, reflecting the moral undercurrents of ancient societies. This figure, tasked with the daunting challenge of slaying Medusa, embodies the tension between retribution and mercy. The act of turning a monstrous figure to stone symbolizes not merely an end to malevolence, but also a transformation of chaos into order. Such themes resonate deeply within this region's mythology, where the balance of power often dictated the fates of both gods and mortals. The narrative surrounding Perseus suggests that justice is not a singular concept, but rather a spectrum influenced by perspective. The decisions made in the face of adversity highlight a struggle between personal ethics and societal expectations. Each encounter, each choice, serves as a reflection of broader ideals, where valor and virtue collide with the repercussions of vengeance. As the story unfolds, it becomes evident that the hero's triumph rests not only on physical prowess, but also on a nuanced understanding of justice. The interactions with divine entities further complicate these themes, illustrating the complexities inherent in ancient belief systems. In this landscape of myth, the lines between right and wrong blur, inviting contemplation of the human condition and the enduring quest for equilibrium. Through these narratives, the notion of justice emerges as a living, evolving principle, deeply rooted in the fabric of civilization. Adaptations of the Atlas and Perseus mythos have permeated modern media, translating ancient themes into contemporary narratives. The exploration of these characters often highlights the dichotomy of strength and vulnerability, presenting them in various forms. In cinematic portrayals, Atlas frequently embodies the burden of immense responsibility, a reflection of the weight he bears as a titan. His depiction invites audiences to ponder the implications of duty and sacrifice, resonating with timeless human experiences. Perseus, on the other hand, is often characterized as the hero, wielding cleverness alongside physical prowess. His encounters with fantastical creatures and formidable foes showcase not only bravery, but also the importance of intellect in overcoming adversity. This narrative has been reimagined in diverse formats, from animated features to live-action blockbusters. The visual mediums bring these epic tales to life, emphasizing the dramatic tension inherent in their struggles. Television series have also embraced these legends, often delving deeper into character development and moral dilemmas. By weaving intricate storylines, these adaptations explore themes of fate, resilience, and redemption. The visual storytelling allows for a richer engagement with the mythological elements, inviting viewers to reflect on the broader implications of these ancient tales. Through this modern lens, the enduring legacy of Atlas and Perseus continues to evolve, shaping cultural narratives in profound ways. The manifestation of fear in ancient narratives often finds its most vivid expression through the figure of Medusa. This being, once a beautiful maiden, was transformed into a monster whose gaze could petrify all who looked upon her. Such a transformation serves as a powerful symbol, reflecting the psychological dimensions of fear itself. The ability to instill dread in others speaks to the profound impact of perception on reality. Within this myth, the act of seeing becomes a double-edged sword. To encounter Medusa is to confront not only the external horror, but also the internal turmoil that resides within the observer. This ambivalence illustrates how fear can be a catalyst for both paralysis and action. The hero Perseus, armed with a reflective shield, embodies the struggle against overwhelming terror. His quest is not merely to vanquish Medusa, but to navigate the treacherous waters of fear and self-doubt. The ruins of temples dedicated to these myths reveal how ancient civilizations grappled with such themes. Artifacts portraying Medusa's image often evoke a blend of fascination and repulsion, suggesting that fear holds a duality. It can both protect and ensnare. Thus, the gaze that turns a titan to stone also reflects the complex interplay between perception, power, and vulnerability, echoing through the ages. The distinction between stone and flesh embodies profound philosophical implications, particularly in the context of transformation. The permanence of stone signifies an enduring legacy, while flesh represents the transience of life and experience. This duality invites contemplation on the nature of existence itself. The metamorphosis into stone can be perceived as a means of escape from the fragility inherent in the flesh, where vulnerability and mortality reside. In this region of thought,
The narrative surrounding Atlas and Perseus transcends mere myth, delving into existential inquiries. The Titan, burdened with the weight of the heavens, stands as a symbol of enduring struggle. His transformation into stone serves as a reminder of the ultimate consequences of power and the inevitability of fate. Flesh, fragile and subject to decay, contrasts sharply with the unyielding nature of stone, provoking questions about identity and the essence of being. These ruins, remnants of ancient civilizations, reveal a collective fascination with the themes of transformation and permanence. They illustrate humanity's desire to grapple with concepts of strength and vulnerability. This philosophical inquiry remains relevant, echoing through time as societies confront their own narratives of power, loss, and resilience. The interplay between stone and flesh continues to inform discussions about the nature of existence, urging reflection on the continuum of life and the legacies left behind. Significant female figures emerge in the narrative surrounding Perseus, embodying both divine and mortal aspects. These women, often pivotal to the unfolding events, shape the protagonist's journey in profound ways. The goddess Athena, a patron of wisdom and warfare, provides crucial assistance. Her guidance transcends mere support, symbolizing the synthesis of intellect and strength that is essential for success in a world rife with peril. Mortals, too, play vital roles in this ancient tale. Dana, the mother of Perseus, exemplifies vulnerability intertwined with resilience. Her story reflects themes of confinement and the struggle for autonomy against overwhelming odds. This duality highlights the complexity of female experience, juxtaposing celestial influence with earthly challenges. The Gorgon Medusa represents another facet of this dynamic. Once a beautiful maiden, her transformation into a monstrous figure serves as a cautionary tale about power and its consequences. Her gaze, capable of petrifying the very essence of life, underscores the gravity of female agency in a male-dominated narrative. Each of these women contributes layers to the overarching mythos, provoking contemplation of their roles in shaping both fate and identity. This exploration of divine and mortal interactions continues to resonate, offering insights into the nuanced portrayal of femininity within ancient civilizations. The legacies of these figures endure, quietly influencing cultural narratives across generations. The reinterpretation of myths often reveals hidden layers of meaning, particularly in the case of Medusa. Once viewed solely as a monstrous figure, she has gained recognition as a symbol of female rage and resilience. This transformation invites a deeper understanding of her story, shifting the focus from victimhood to empowerment. In this context, her transformation into a Gorgon serves not merely as punishment for an alleged transgression, but rather as a reflection of societal fears surrounding female autonomy. Artistic representations in contemporary culture often depict her with a sense of dignity rather than vilification. These interpretations emphasize her experience and the consequences of patriarchal narratives that have historically distorted her image. This region of mythos, once shrouded in horror, now invites discussions about agency and the consequences of misogyny. The implications of Medusa's story extend beyond individual interpretation, fostering dialogues around the broader themes of female empowerment and the reclaiming of narratives. Through literature, visual arts, and academic discourse, her image has evolved from one of terror into one of strength and complexity. This shift not only enriches the understanding of her character, but also challenges the lens through which other female figures in mythology are perceived. With each retelling, the nuances of her story ripple through the fabric of cultural history, weaving new meanings into ancient tales. The global influence of Greek myths extends far beyond their origins, permeating various cultures and traditions throughout history. Perseus, as a figure of heroism, has found resonance in numerous regions, embodying the struggle against overwhelming odds.
This narrative has instilled a sense of bravery and resilience in countless societies, demonstrating the universality of hero archetypes. In different adaptations, the essence of Perseus transforms while retaining core elements of his journey. Various cultures have reinterpreted the tale, infusing it with local beliefs and values. The motif of slaying a fearsome creature for the sake of honor or protection appears in legends from Asia to Africa, often mirroring the bravery attributed to Perseus. Artistic representations in different eras reflect this enduring fascination. Statues and paintings across continents capture not only the physicality of the hero, but also the philosophical implications of his journey. The visual narratives often emphasize the moral lessons gleaned from his encounters with divine beings and monstrous foes. A literature, too, has been shaped by these archetypal themes, where contemporary writers draw upon the myths to explore modern dilemmas. The legacy of Perseus demonstrates an intricate connection through time, revealing how a singular myth can inspire a tapestry of stories across diverse cultures, each adding layers of meaning to an ancient narrative. Perseus embodies the duality of heroes, existing simultaneously as both man and myth. This figure, born of divine lineage, traverses a path that bridges the mortal and celestial realms. His narrative intertwines with themes of courage and vulnerability, showcasing the complexities inherent in the hero's journey. Within this region of ancient lore, he stands as a beacon of hope and a harbinger of fate. The tale unfolds with the slaying of the Gorgon, a testament to his bravery. Yet it also highlights an underlying fragility. This act of heroism is not merely a conquest of a monstrous foe, but a reflection of internal struggles. Shadows of doubt linger alongside his triumph, illustrating that even the most celebrated heroes grapple with their limitations. In diverse cultures, representations of Perseus evolve, each retaining core elements while adapting to local beliefs. This adaptability speaks to the universal nature of his story. Artistic depictions, ranging from pottery to statuary, capture his essence, resonating deeply with audiences across time and geography. These representations reveal a desire to connect with ideals of heroism and the human condition. The enduring legacy of this figure persists, inviting contemplation on the nature of heroism itself, revealing that beneath the myth lies a profound understanding of human experience. The gaze of Medusa occupies a unique intersection of science and myth, embodying both a tangible phenomenon and an allegorical representation of fear. In the narratives surrounding this figure, her serpentine hair and petrifying stare evoke a deep-seated anxiety regarding the unknown, reflecting humanity's struggle to confront mortality. This region, where myth intertwines with the natural world, allows for a broader exploration of how ancient civilizations sought to explain their surroundings through stories. The physical properties attributed to her gaze can be likened to a metaphorical lens through which the ancients viewed their own vulnerabilities. As the legends unfold, the transformation of those who dared to meet her eyes serves as a cautionary tale, warning against hubris and the consequences of defiance. These themes resonate through various cultures that have grappled with the duality of power and peril. Scientific inquiry has sought to unpack the elements of fear and fascination that Medusa's gaze represents. Psychological interpretations suggest this myth embodies the projection of inner anxieties onto a singular, fearsome entity. In this light, the figure transcends mere legend, becoming a vessel through which complex emotions and societal values are examined, reflecting the intricate dance between belief and understanding that persists across the ages. This figure embodies endurance and strength,
representing the human spirit's capacity to withstand adversity. In various cultures, Atlas has evolved into a symbol of resilience, inspiring countless interpretations through art and literature. This enduring legacy reveals a collective yearning for stability amidst chaos. The imagery of a colossal figure bearing the weight of the heavens invokes a sense of responsibility and duty, resonating deeply within societal frameworks. The geographical regions associated with Atlas, particularly the mountainous terrains, further enhance this symbolism. These landscapes, often harsh and unforgiving, echo the struggles of those who seek to conquer their challenges. Literature from antiquity to modern times frequently revisits this theme, illustrating the timeless relevance of the Titan's burden. In visual art, representations of Atlas vary widely, yet they consistently evoke strength. Sculptures and paintings often depict the figure in moments of both struggle and resolve, capturing the duality of his existence. This dichotomy represents not only physical strength, but also emotional fortitude, a reminder that true endurance encompasses both body and spirit. As generations pass, the figure remains a focal point of discussion, a testament to humanity's ongoing conversation about perseverance. This connection fosters a shared understanding, linking past and present through the common thread of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. The interplay of legacy and myth serves as a vessel for cultural identity, preserving narratives that resonate across generations. These stories, often rooted in ancient civilizations, weave a fabric of shared experiences, embodying values and moral lessons that guide communities. In this region, tales of heroes and gods impart wisdom, illustrating the struggles faced by early societies and their triumphs over adversity. Through the lens of mythology, figures such as Atlas and Perseus become more than mere characters. They epitomize the collective ethos of their people. The weight of Atlas, burdened with the heavens, symbolizes endurance, while Perseus embodies the courage to confront and overcome formidable challenges. Each narrative reinforces a sense of belonging, offering a framework through which individuals can understand their place in the world. The evolution of these stories reflects societal changes, adapting to new contexts while retaining core themes. Legends transform, yet the essence remains, a testament to human resilience. This legacy influences modern identity, of Morsia's Wanthapeni el Dusani way. This legacy influences modern identity, as contemporary societies draw inspiration from these ancient tales, finding relevance in their timeless messages. Through storytelling, the past informs the present, allowing individuals to navigate their identities amidst the complexities of modern life. In this way, myth transcends time, forging connections that endure, encapsulating the human experience across the ages. The enduring legacy of Perseus extends beyond ancient myth, infiltrating modern literature and shaping contemporary archetypes of heroism. This figure, renowned for his bravery and cunning, serves as a foundation upon which countless characters are built. The essence of his quest, fraught with challenges and moral dilemmas, resonates deeply within narratives that span genres and cultures. Many heroes in literature exhibit qualities reminiscent of Perseus, displaying courage in the face of insurmountable odds. The journey to confront formidable foes mirrors the trials encountered by these characters, often culminating in personal growth and profound transformation. These narratives frequently explore themes of self-discovery and sacrifice, reflecting the complexity of the human condition. In this context, the archetype of the hero is not merely a warrior but a multidimensional figure grappling with ethical choices. The nuanced portrayal of such characters fosters a connection with readers, allowing them to traverse the landscape of their own experiences through the lens of these timeless narratives. The struggle against malevolent forces often serves as a backdrop for broader discussions on morality, loyalty, and justice. This intricate interplay between ancient myth and modern storytelling illustrates the fluidity of cultural narratives, demonstrating how the influence of Perseus continues to inspire and shape the understanding of heroism in contemporary literature. This enduring legacy invites exploration into the philosophical implications of heroism, particularly as they relate to ethical dilemmas faced by individuals in society. The figure of Perseus, a hero who confronted formidable challenges with courage and cunning, serves as a focal point for discussions about the nature of virtue and moral responsibility. His journey underscores the tension between personal ambition and the greater good, raising questions about the motivations that drive heroic acts. In contemporary philosophical discourse, the challenges faced by Perseus resonate with the complexities of modern life. The act of slaying Medusa, a task fraught with peril, reflects the often ambiguous nature of right and wrong. It invites reflection on the consequences of choices made in the pursuit of a noble cause. The lessons derived from these ancient tales encourage a critical examination of what it means to be a hero today. The symbolism inherent in Perseus's narrative emphasizes resilience in the face of adversity, a theme that continues to find relevance in modern heroism. This region of thought acknowledges the multifaceted character of heroes, who may embody both light and shadow. Philosophers draw from these narratives to explore the idea that heroism can manifest in various forms. These figures symbolize a pivotal shift in mythological storytelling, reflecting changing societal values and the evolving human experience. The Titan Atlas, burdened with the weight of the heavens, embodies the struggle of endurance and the consequences of defiance. His role as a steadfast figure highlights the ancient belief in the inevitability of fate, a reflection of an era where divine intervention dictated human destiny. In contrast, Perseus emerges as a representation of heroism informed by intellect and courage. The slaying of Medusa marks a transition from reliance on brute strength to the utilization of wit and strategy. This shift signifies a cultural movement towards valuing intelligence and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. The dynamic between these two characters illustrates the tension between old and new paradigms of heroism within these narratives. The tales surrounding them conveyed lessons that shaped moral and ethical viewpoints, illuminating the complexities of human nature. As civilizations progressed, such stories served as a mirror reflecting the aspirations and fears of their people. Through the lens of myth, the transformation from the mighty Atlas to the clever Perseus encapsulates an era defined by both struggle and enlightenment. Each figure, in their own right, speaks to the timeless quest for identity and purpose amid an ever-changing world. Their enduring legacy continues to shape cultural narratives, serving as archetypes that transcend time and geography. The weight of Atlas, burdened with the heavens, evokes the struggle of humanity against insurmountable challenges. This figure embodies resilience, inspiring countless individuals to confront their own burdens with unwavering determination. Perseus, armed with wisdom and courage, illustrates the triumph of intellect and bravery over brute force. This hero's journey resonates deeply within mythological frameworks, reflecting the transformative power of knowledge and the moral imperatives of heroism. The tale of his conquest over Medusa serves as a metaphor for overcoming fear and adversity, presenting a narrative that has found its way into literature, art, and popular culture throughout the ages. In various interpretations,
These figures have been woven into the fabric of storytelling, reinforcing the complex relationship between myth and reality. Their narratives have influenced philosophical discourse, moral teachings, and artistic expressions across civilizations. From ancient Greece to contemporary society, each retelling adds another layer of meaning, enriching the collective understanding of human experience. As their stories continue to evolve, the legacy of Atlas and Perseus remains an integral part of the human experience, inviting reflection on the inherent struggles and triumphs of existence. In this manner, they remain timeless symbols of our shared journey. The enduring influence of these narratives can be observed in various contemporary mediums. Adaptations of ancient myths frequently emerge in literature, film, and visual arts, reflecting ongoing cultural relevance. This adaptation process often reinterprets the original tales, allowing new generations to engage with the characters and themes in meaningful ways. Such reinterpretations resonate with modern audiences as they explore timeless themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the human condition. The proliferation of digital media further facilitates this evolution, allowing diverse interpretations to reach global audiences. Online platforms host discussions and artistic expressions that delve into the complexities of these myths, inviting fresh perspectives. The characters, once confined to ancient texts, now take on new forms, adapting to contemporary values and concerns. Academic discourse also continues to evolve, with scholars examining the intersection of mythology and modern societal issues. This analysis often uncovers the underlying messages within the myths, revealing their relevance in discussions surrounding identity, morality, and power dynamics. The myths serve as a lens through which societies can reflect on their own narratives and challenges. As this rich tapestry of interpretation unfolds, the essence of the ancient tales remains intact, inviting contemplation and dialogue. Greek mythology persists as a living tradition, continually reshaping itself in response to the ever-changing landscape of human experience.